Welcome to the February 2014 episode of Iowa City in Focus. I'm your host, Mary Bryant. I think we can all agree that it's been an unusually brutal winter so far, and it can be especially hard for children to be cooped up inside for so long. Iowa City is lucky to have an indoor festival for children in the middle of winter, when playing outside isn't really an option. On this month's episode, you'll get a glimpse of the Children's Literature Festival that took place in January, and I'll head out to Fire Station 2 to meet John Grier, the Iowa City Fire Department's new fire chief. Later, you'll also hear about some upcoming Black History Month events. Stay tuned! Today I'm visiting Fire Station 2, and I'm talking with Fire Chief John Grier, who actually just became Iowa City's new fire chief in August of 2013. So let's talk a little bit about your work here at the fire department. Could we talk a little bit about where you're coming from? Because you've been part of this fire department for a long time, right?
That's correct. I've been here 21 years, almost 21 and a half.
Great.
Prior to my fire chief appointment, I served as a fire marshal for about 7 years. So I've been on a day shift for quite a while, and it's been a little bit of a transition, but I'm still kind of working through it.
Great. Well, what does the work of a fire marshal entail?
Fire marshal deals with fire prevention, public education, code enforcement. So when you see the inspectors going into businesses, they would work for the fire marshal's office. Mm-hmm. So there's a little bit of everything. We do a lot with public education in Iowa City, and so that was a bulk of some of my duties.
And what then are your duties now, and how has the transition been?
Well, as a fire marshal, I went to a lot of meetings. As the fire chief, I go to a lot more meetings. So it's certainly more administrative in nature, which is good. And that's what I've trained to do, and that's what I've wanted to do. It also takes me a little bit more away from the floor, which is kind of the downside of the position. But I also have the ability to go out and see what's going on a lot more than I did as a fire marshal. So it's kind of a give and take. It's been a good ride so far.
Good. Now, you alluded to some of the educational programming that you have. Can you talk a little bit about what the mission of the fire department is? I know you have emergency services in treating actual fires, but there's also all that prevention as well. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you strike the balance between those goals?
Sure. Part of our mission statement is emergency and preventative services, and they go hand in hand, obviously. And we started out, catching kids when they're young, through all our public education programs with the school district, all the outings that we do in the community. You'll see us at Sertoma. You'll see us on the Ped Mall. You'll see us everywhere. We actually get to the parents through the children. We try to hit you as you go up through junior high. We continue to get less and less time with you, just because of the school curriculum. A goal that I was not able to totally realize in my fire marshal's position was to get us back into high schools to catch those seniors that are going to be out living on their own for the first time. Mm-hmm. We do have a program that we worked with the University of Iowa also with their resident assistants to teach them fire safety skills that they would pass on to their residents. So we kind of hit you at all levels.
We'll continue this conversation later. Now it's time for a pop quiz. What new City of Iowa City's special events facility is available to the public for rent on a daily basis, can hold up to 170 people, and features a patio overlooking a lake? Stay tuned for the answer in a moment. But first, let's take a stroll through One Book, Two Book of 2014, Iowa City's annual celebration of children's literature that was held in January. Iowa City's status as a UNESCO City of Literature means that books and writing get a lot of attention here. From the annual Iowa City Book Festival to little free libraries and monuments to literature scattered around our community, writing groups and competitions, and frequent readings and book talks scheduled throughout the year, there is something for everyone, including the youngest members of our community, children. One Book, Two Book, the annual festival held in January, is a celebration devoted entirely to children's literature.
We have author appearances, our keynote Lauren Long, Catherine House, Brian Ferry, Sarah Aronson, and Laura Purdy-Salas, who are all appearing today. We have skits from the Iowa Children's Museum. We have the Iowa Youth Writing Program. We have the libraries, a lot of book vendors out here. Just a lot going on today.
The weekend is filled with visiting authors and book signings, and a whole lot of literary fun at the Saturday Book Fair.
It all began when Floyd's kite became stuck in a tree. 1, 2, 3! And they all got stuck! That whale was supposed to work! I assure you guess what happened?
I'm a facilitator, but conductor, engineer, whatever you want. This is, I think, the third year that I've helped out in this capacity, and it's just a lot of fun sharing these toys. You can see them sometimes passing by the open doors, and they take one glance in here and they light up, and is it too good? Can I play with these? Can I touch these? Yes, come in, that's what they're here for. It's an honor to be associated with the UNESCO City of Literature and the wonderful work they do, and I'm happy to help out in any way I can. It's fun.
This festival is all about celebrating writing for kids, but also by kids. And so we had about 400 students from the Iowa City area who submitted pieces of writing at grade levels 1 through 8. Our partners at Pearson helped to evaluate some winners. And then we have other students who are winning certificates of merit. So all told, we have 106 kids throughout the weekend that we're recognizing. And we had about 25 of them here today to sign a bound book that our partners at Pearson put together. And it was a great opportunity to come out and meet these kids.
I wrote the Christmas Day Mystery, and it's about a little girl named Sophie, and she thinks that a thief named MSK took her presents on Christmas Eve. Then she figures out that it's actually Mr. Santa Claus. She was going back to his place in North Pole because she forgot one of the presents. So that's why he was taking her presents back.
I wrote The Ride of My Life. It's about when I go on a roller coaster thing and we go into this cave and I see things in the past, but then it just vanishes, and but I'm really just sleeping and it's a dream. But then we have to put a pack on in it, and I still have it on, and I store it, and I still wonder what it's for. I wrote a poem. It's called When You Go to Bed. It's when this character can't go to bed, and then they only have 10 minutes to sleep after trying all these things. I couldn't go to bed very well, so I just decided to write about that. It's pretty fun. This is the first time I've been here.
The young writers even got to experience some of the hardships of being a successful author.
My hand has started hurting, and I think there are about 1,000 people that want me to sign their autograph.
But all in all, that's not such a bad problem to have, here in the City of Literature. Did you guess that the Mystery Special Events facility was the Park Lodge at the Terry Trueblood Recreation Area? The Park Lodge is now available for rent by the day, so if you're looking for a venue to hold your special event, be sure to consider the Park Lodge. Call Tammy Newman at 319-356-5210 or visit icgov.org/event facilities for more information. Now let's return to my conversation with Fire Chief John Grier for more on Iowa City's Fire Department. How many stations are there now, and how many firefighters do you have on the floor at certain times? Can you give me sort of an overview?
Sure. 64 uniformed personnel spread over 3 shifts. We have 4 fire stations. So we have a minimum of 16 on duty at any one time. Mm-hmm. So you have an engine and a truck and a battalion chief out of downtown. And then at all the substations, we have an engine with 3 personnel.
Is there anything you'd like the public to know that would help you do your job more efficiently or effectively, or help the public reach out to you when they need your help?
Sure. I think this time of year, obviously, if you have a fire hydrant near your home, you could help us by digging it out.
Oh.
You know, that helps us find them and use them if we need to. The other thing that the public can do to help us find them more quickly would to be have their addresses contrasting their house. If they're at night and they call, if they could flip on the light so that we'd be able to find them. When we're responding, just the general public, if you see lights and sirens coming up behind you, that you would pull to the right and stop. That gives us a little more access to get through so we can get to the emergencies quicker.
Right.
The other thing would be just be fire safe all year round. Develop a home escape plan and practice it. You know, we practice these escape plans at schools, we do them in hospitals, all those places, but where do most fires occur? Somebody's home. So those are the key things that they could help us. And then just if they have something that they think could be beneficial to us, give us a call, send us an email. You can send us an email, give me a call directly, and we'll respond and think of things that we can do to make it better.
Okay, that's great. And some of those things are things people really need to be doing anyway, like pulling over when there's a fire truck going through, but it's really a good reminder.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about what you foresee the future of the Iowa City Fire Department being? Are there any developments on the horizon?
Well, I think a pending issue will be the relocation of our fire training center with the Riverfront Crossings development as that moves forward and the North Wastewater Plant gets taken down. Mm-hmm. That will also displace us at some time in the future. So we're making plans to be able to train at the regional training center located in Coralville. Then we're going to come up with some other plans to keep trucks in the city for the day-to-day training that we do. Mm-hmm. With the 3 different shifts and all the areas that we train in, training days are very plenty. So we do lots of things on just about every day that you're here. We also are continually looking at all the processes of the fire department. So part of the ongoing plan is to are we doing things efficiently, effectively, and what small changes can we make to make sure that this fire department is the best that it can be.
Thanks for talking with me today, Chief Grier, and for the update on the fire department and everything that goes into preventing fires and putting out fires here in the community.
Well, thank you. Had a great time.
Learn more about the Iowa City Fire Department by visiting icgov.org/fire. Stay up to date with their recent events page and check out their kids page for fun and educational resources. And you can always call the fire department with your comments and questions at 319-356-5260. February is Black History Month. The Society of Black Graduate and Professional Students will present a poetry slam in honor of Black History Month on Tuesday, February 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Iowa City Public Library in Meeting Room A. The Gay Straight Alliance movie series will be showing narrative and documentary movies related to Black History Month each Sunday in February at the Iowa City Johnson County Senior Center, room 208. Visit www.livablecommunity.org/events and click on the Gay Straight Alliance movie series for more information. You can watch all of these segments again by visiting citychannel4.com/video or by turning to Channel 5 and calling in to Video on Demand. While you're there, check out some of our past shows. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook to receive updates about other City Channel 4 programs you may enjoy. Find us there at facebook.com/citychannel4. Is there an Iowa City nonprofit or a department within the city that you'd like to hear more about? Send us an email at info@citychannel4.com and let us know. We'd love to hear from you about how we can help keep Iowa City in focus. You're watching City Channel 4. On TV, online, on demand, on Facebook, and now on the go on your mobile device.